It's the final round of the 2025 Michelin Le Mans Cup, and we're at the Autodromo Internacional do Algarve, located in the hills near Portimão to the south of Portugal. 4.6 kilometres long with 15 turns, it's a real roller coaster of a track, which is physical and demanding for drivers and cars. To celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Michelin Le Mans Cup, the tyre supplier came here with a celebratory logo on the sidewall, and everything is set for a decisive race. The battle is on for second place in the LMP3 title race. 3 teams covered by just 9 points. While RHGP already have the title, Pierre-Alexandre Provost in the 87 car from CLX Motorsport has a slender points advantage. But the 2 drivers behind him will not make his life easy.
One of my favorite tracks of the year. I really like it. It's really up and down. It's really fun to drive. There is a place to take at the end of the week in the championship. We cannot win it, but still a vice-champion possibility. So we are really concentrate, and we hope we are doing everything we can do. The goal is that after we know it's motorsport, it's not always going our way. We have some really high-speed corner, some low-speed corner, a lot of ups and downs. We need to find a few adjustments. We are only at 6 points from between the championship, so I think the cards are in our hands. First session went well, so we are on the good way for the weekend.
It's quite tough this weekend because it's quite hot, nothing huge, a little bit more than what we were expecting, but we should be okay. Testing's definitely been tough with traffic in the race. I think it will be better. We can finish second in the championship. The objective now is just to do as good as we can in the race, and then we'll see what comes with it.
In LMP3 Pro-Am, Rinaldi Racing is at the top of the points with the number 71 car, 8 ahead of the second place machine, car number 66. While it's a comfortable position for the team, they know that nothing is quite decided yet.
I like this track so much. It's so technical. I like these compressions, these 2 compressions. It's like the Nordschleife at the Nürburgring, so it's very nice. We want to win the championship. That's our target now. We will take no risk. The Le Mans Cup is not so easy to drive. We win 1 and 2. It's very nice for us, for Michele Rinaldi, for the Rinaldi team, for the whole team. The guys worked so hard this year to bring us in this position. We are team players.
Turn 1, you need to be super precise and carry the speed. It's a bit tighter than other tracks, and there's a lot of places you can do track limits, so especially for qualifying it might be a little difficult, and for the race to keep them down, and also when passing other cars not to go off the track. It's definitely a thing to keep in the back of your mind. We're close enough to have a good shot to win. Unless we're in risk of losing the overall championship to another team, then something might happen, but it's very unlikely for that to happen. At the end of the day, we need to do our best, and wherever we finish there.
In GT3, it's an all-Ferrari battle for the title. AF Corsa leads on 86 points, followed by 2 Kessel Racing cars. Number 13 second with 70 points and already 2 wins under their belt this season. And the sister number 17 car is only 3 points behind them in 3rd place.
Well, we are naturally conservative because we are leading the championship. The important is not doing error, a mistake. Racing with the prototype is not easy. For me, it's the first season with racing with the prototype, and I'm learning about it. The last corner is very, very tricky. It's very fast, and we are working to have a more stabilization on the rear of the car. But just the first setup was fine. From a physical perspective, it's hard because there is a lot of change of weight and a lot of corner. Will be sure a tricky race Saturday morning. And in this season, we don't want any race. Naturally, we are here for win, but in a conservative mode.
For an amateur driver, I think it's a very difficult one, especially if you have so many P3 guys coming around you, which are faster than you are, obviously. You don't have the distance to watch to your back, and all of a sudden you have 2 cars on your left, 2 cars on your right, and it is demanding. So it's difficult to concentrate and take care of the traffic, plus to learn the track. It's quite tiring. We are still in the game, but we are, I think, 16 points behind from the leading car. Theoretically, we have a chance, but it's a difficult shot. I mean, we try to finish at least maybe P2 in the championship, which is nice.
Some turns are completely blind, and a little bit like Eau Rouge in Spa, which also means that you don't see when the cars come behind you. So you can lose a lot of time, or even worse, so managing the traffic will be key. You gotta be really ready on the reflexes if there's a yellow flag or an accident. And also in terms of getting the right trajectory, there's a few turns which are tricky to do sort of flat with a GT, so you need to get like a real trajectory, you need to map that trajectory in your head. I think the feeling is always, let's see how it goes. Obviously everybody has a P1 target, but you know, we do our best and we try not to make mistakes. If you do a good work, the results come.
Starting at the front of the pack from their 3rd consecutive pole, the number 85 RHGP Duquesne. Adrian David set the time. Teammate Ugo Schwarzer will start. In LMP3 Pro-Am, Terence Woodward was the fastest in qualifying for 23 events racing to claim the 2nd pole of the season after Le Castellet round 2. The GT3 pole was grabbed by the 91 Blackthorn Aston Martin Vantage driven by Alexander Martin, and it is Alexander who will get the race underway for the final time this season for the team. "9:30 Saturday morning, red lights are out and we are racing for the final time in the 2025 Michelin Le Mans Cup. From the left-hand side of the picture, it is Ugo Schwarzer for RHGP who controls the start, a little lock-up behind. That's the 2nd RHGP car, bouncing over the curbs on Tonto-Cat, no dramas there. A couple of cars running out wide, as so often is the case, but everybody seems to have made it through. 2nd place, Valentino Catalano for Gephardt Motorsport. Pierre-Alexandre Provost, the 87 car, chasing him, challenging for 2nd place. He's going to look down the inside. Can't get through there. Gephardt hanging on to 2nd place. Lots of skirmishes behind. 2 and 3 wide down to that hairpin. Compromising their exit and losing speed up the hill. We've had a change at the front of LMP2 Pro-Am as well. High Class jumping in front of the pole sitters. Number 28 car from 2-3 events racing. This is going to be a long race for all of these cars. Change for the lead in GT3 as well. Vanina X, there she is, the pink and white Iron Dames car, got ahead of pole sitter Alex Martin in the Blackthorn Aston Martin, but he's having a look on the inside. Down the hill, he's got the inside line. Vanina stuck behind an LMP3 car, and he shows her the curb side by side. X on the inside as they start to climb once more. It's a tight left-hand hairpin at the top of the hill, and she just keeps her nose in front. And that is the nature of this track. It is action all the way. Down the hill into the final corner, Marcus Pommer on the outside. Inside him, Luciano Morano just couldn't quite get the run he needed for 10th position. Just holds off the dark car of Cedric Ultramar. Someone's in the gravel. This is turn 1. Julien Lemoine, NS Motorsport, and there's often contact here. Lemoine going around the nose of the 44 car of Jacek Zielonka, the Team Virage car. Tiniest of touches, enough to pitch the car off. We go back to green after that 10-minute caution period. And it is still RHGP leading narrowly from Gephardt. CLX in third under pressure. Terence Woodward on the inside, retaking the lead in Pro-Am. He was the pole sitter, but Auden Gudmundsson for High Class Racing jumped from fourth in class at the start to take the lead in turn one. Everybody jockeying for position. Woodward now just a little clear of the rest of the Pro-Am field. Once more, Vanina X leading in GT3. Alex Martin in the Blackthorn Aston in second place. Up to third is the multicoloured Ebby Motors Porsche from 8th on the grid. That's a pretty impressive start. Back with our race leaders. CLX ahead of 2-3 events and Reiter Engineering. They're being chased by Forestier VPS, the first, the green cars. There's the second Forestier car, and the RHGP car, Anton Doquin, has just been jumped by number 6 ANS Motorsport, but Doquin coming back down the inside to grab the spot back from Marcus Pommer. But he has still lost out to that green Forestier by VPS machine. Debris down at turn 1.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full course yellow is deployed. Full course yellow is deployed.
That's a bit of Julien Lemoine's car. Ooh, tyre squeal behind, somebody locking up. Now what has happened here? There's more debris.
Safety car deployed. Safety car deployed.
Well, RHGP steaming. Is that Forestier as well? I think it is, the 92 car. They're not the only cars. That's High Class coming in there as well. So lots of damage. 49 car. That's Auden Gudmundsson. So High Class Racing are out. And I think, yes, Rinaldi Racing, Stefan Aust, the championship leader in LMP3.
Attention to all cars. I really need your cooperation. Safety car by the pits. The safety car will be picking you up at pit exit, so all cars by the pits. All cars by the pits.
Here's the ANS car of Julien Lemoine that unwittingly started all this because he was hit from behind, a bit fell off. Then they went full course yellow, but clearly coming down the hill into turn 1, there was a multi-car pileup. There is the 88 car, so it's Romano Ricci in the Pro-Am RHGP car. Who is the fourth car involved then? It's not the 86. Well, that is Julien Lemoine going off backwards after he was collected from behind earlier on. And it looks as though the car's lost part of the diffuser later on, a lap or two later. You can see it dragging at the back there on the right-hand rear. And that was in the road down at turn 1. So that brought the full course yellow, and then cars slowing down and other cars not slowing down to avoid this under full course yellow now ended up with a 4-car pileup at the end of the pit straight.
Red flag, red flag. All cars to stop on the main straight behind the safety car on the left-hand side of the grid. All cars in one line. Red flag, red armband mechanic in standby to enter the starting grid.
Well, there was clearly chaos going on there. Let's catch up with Terence Woodward.
Yeah, I managed to get a run on the car in front of me. I think I was in second at the time, and I got past him before I got into turn 1. And yeah, so I managed to break free. I think all the trouble happened just behind me. When I came back round under the full course yellow, it looked like a big smash. So yeah, glad to avoid it really.
We go back to green. RHGP leading the field across the line after 18 minutes of red flag and clear up. And it seems like a breakage on the Reiter Engineering car of Stefan Aust is what triggered all of that in the braking area. Side by side, Bence Valent for Reiter, the blue car, trying to get around Lena Bula in the 2-3 events racing. This is for 4th position. There's now a 3rd car in there as well. The Forestier Racing number 29 car, and there's a spinner. That's Anton Doquin in the RHGP machine. Here's trouble at the top of the hill. That is the Ferrari, the beer gas Ferrari, hosted by Ola Comadira and Thomas Amborg. And that's Cedric Ultramar in the dark LMP3 car making contact with the Ferrari. And it looks as though the CD Sport car was unsighted and just couldn't avoid him. Yeah, Rahul Fry and the Iron Dames reacting to that the same way as everyone else, I think. And hang on a minute, that's the other CLX Motorsport car. That's 87. So that is Pierre-Alexandre Provost off on the outside. And it's very badly broken at the rear. With the safety car out, a whole bunch of people coming into the pit lane, slowing right down there. Both Aston Martins in from GT3. Coming in across from the left-hand side is shot. That's Rinaldi Motorsport's Steve Parrow. And that means he's crossed the white line to get into the pit lane. That will incur a penalty. So they'll have that hanging over them. RSGP. Here's the 86 car, Entente car out, and Edgar Pierre getting in with an hour and 10 minutes of the race remaining. As you can see, a very busy pit lane, and that means that the safety car queue itself is quite short, so not too long a wait there at pit exit. But driver changes here all the way through the field. This is the opportunity. If you miss this chance to stop, then you really have completely ruined your race. There's CD Sport. Thomas Hamburg handing over to Arthur Rougion. Car number 30. And anybody who was in the safety car queue now must stop, otherwise they are really going to ruin the race totally. And of course, you don't want to be losing time in the pit lane, getting stuck behind lots of other cars. But on the other hand, the time loss of a green flag pit stop will be much, much greater. So here comes the rest of the safety car queue. Few lockups there as everybody piles in and comes down to 60 Ks. Trying desperately not to lose any ground on the way in. RSGP waiting at the pit exit. And so is just about everybody else. Look at it, it's absolute carnage, isn't it? Everybody looking for their pit stall. You can see the bright pink rear end of the Porsche of the Iron Dames. Vanina X comes in from the lead in GT3. So she'll hand over to teammate Marta Garcia Lopez. There is Marta getting ready to get in. And out goes the queue. Led by RSGP's 85 car, but into Europol and Team Virage Pro-Am cars are ahead of them, having stopped a lap earlier. So there's been a big change up. So everybody coming out of the pits, lights are green, lights are red now, so you have to stop, and Marta Garcia Lopez either didn't see it or decided that that was wrong, and she continues out of the pit lane. That could be a penalty coming their way. The team conferring about that. We go back to green into Europol's Rashid Shawn from the USA, and behind him Team Virage. Now Leo Sammy Robinson in that Team Virage 44 car, one of the big stars of the last race at Silverstone, and there in third in the queue is the Ebi Motors Porsche. Now that's not the leader in GT3, but it shows that everybody is mingled together. The Felbermeyer car around the outside, jockeying for position. Drive-through penalty for track limits for car number 50. That's 23 events racing, and that was from before the safety car. So there will, I'm sure, be other penalties to serve. Iron Dames lead. Blackthorn, the Aston Martin, under pressure now from the 33 Kessel Racing Ferrari. This is for second place in GT3. The Ferrari going through. David Fumanelli takes the advantage away from Charles Bateman. And the LMP3 cars behind are just having to wait their turn. Replay, Louis Hamilton Smith, P4 Racing, not getting safely around the Blackthorn Aston of Charles Bateman. And Fraser Ross for GG Classics, Fabrizio Broggi of Ebi Motors also involved. And there's the damage, puncture on the front of the Aston Martin. So any chance of a GT3 win looks to have gone. Here comes Adrien David down the inside of Leo Robinson. That's the change for second place. RHGP move up. And at the moment, Motorsport 98, Max van der Snel under pressure, but they could be in for the championship win if Rinaldi don't get by. Oh, trouble. Leo Robinson drops from third. Looks like he's got a puncture. Penalty for Marta Garcia Lopez. They have a drive-through for this. She didn't stop at the red light. That means Kessel Racing now lead. Third place battle, more motorsport. Max van der Snel, Griffin Peebles, the Aussie behind him for Rinaldi Racing. And this is also the battle for the Pro-Am Championship title. With the yellow highlights on his car, Griffin Peebles goes around the outside at the hairpin. No way through there. It's just too tight. Max van der Snel defending hard. Peebles going around the outside now at the top of the hill. Is that going to work? Van der Snel gives him racing room to survive. Griffin Peebles still can't get through for Rinaldi Racing. Once more, side by side, around the outside. This will turn to the inside line as they drop down the hill. Griffin Peebles through to third place. Well, Max van der Snel really made him work for that, but the Rinaldi Racing car is up to third position. And as of now, the championship points leaders in LMP3 Pro-Am. Motorsport 98 in second place, but ahead of the Rinaldi car on the road. It's a 1 point margin. Inside the Iron Dames Porsche comes the battle for fifth. And that is Oscar Tunio in the red Gepard car, but squeezing his way in. Charles Roussin, first year racing by VPS, the green machine, managed to find a way through. Great stuff. Eliseo O'Donoghue, the 51A, of course, a Ferrari second in the race. 33 from Kessel Racing leading the race, but Eliseo O'Donoghue would win the championship from here. Marta Garcia Lopez looking down the inside of Andrea Bellicchi's number 17 Ferrari. She dive bombs the Kessel Racing driver, runs out wide. He's going to come back at her up the hill. Andrea Bellicchi, extremely experienced. A relative newcomer Marta Garcia put in a great move there. The checkered flag is out and Adrian David will be first there for RHGP from their third consecutive pole. They take their third straight win of the season with Forestier Racing by VPS filling the podium. Fourth place are LMP3 winners Motorsport 98 and the GT3 category going to the 33 Kessel Racing Ferrari inside the top 20. It was a damaging race for some. 9 failed to finish after safety cars and even a red flag. That won't dilute the winner's joy.
Very happy. The team did a great job, honestly. I think we had a crazy pace in the race. We were super fast from the first lap to the end. So, yeah, just a big thank you to Thibaut once again for believing in me when no one did. Thank you to my engineer Thomas. He did just a crazy car this weekend, and I could not do it without him and without Hugo.
They do take to the top step of the final podium of the 2025 Michelin Le Mans Cup. Their third consecutive win, the championship already tied up in their favour. Forestier Racing by VPS claiming second and third, the two cars just 1 point apart. Victory in LMP3 Pro-Am going to the 34 car from Inter-Europol competition. Rashid Shawn brings it across the line. Jose Fernandez Cotella, the Portuguese driver, celebrating at home. But their sharp pit work was too sharp. Cotella hadn't driven enough time, so the team received a penalty. Rinaldi were also penalised for cutting over the white line into the pit lane, and all of which means that Motorsport 98 claim the Pro-Am Championship for 2025.
We didn't race for 4 years. We are back this year in Le Mans Cup. And it's a dream come true. And today was a roller coaster because, you know, Inter-Europol did a driver change a bit too early. We knew it, but finally they got the penalty, which I think it's normal. I'm really happy and looking forward for next year.
Congratulations to Gillian Orion, Eric Dodonka and Motorsport 98, the LMP3 Pro-Am champions. Victory for the third time this season in GT3 for Kessel Racing's number 33 Ferrari, Murat Khadaroglu and David Fumanelli.
The third win of the season, unfortunately, was not enough to clinch the title, but I think we showed the whole season we were very strong, so I'm more proud than this. It's so good to finish the season on a high like that. Also, Murat did a great start as usual. He's the starting man, so so happy for him, for the team, for everyone.
AF Corsa's 51 car finished second. The Code Racing Aston Martin took the final podium spot. But Kessel's 33 car on the top step, just missing out on the title after a wretched road to Le Mans. But it is victory for the AF Corsa 51 crew.
It's the first time I joined these championships. It was very hard because racing together with a prototype was a great experience, a new experience for me. I'm very happy, and to be honest, this championship is very, very good for, I think, the gentleman driver.
Congratulations then to the GT3 champions, AF Corsa and the 51 crew of drivers, Alessandro Cozzi and Eliseo Dono. And finally from Portimão, the champions receiving their trophies at the awards dinner. The Michelin Le Mans Cup returns for 2026 at the same 6 venues, but with the novelty of a 3-hour single race at Road to Le Mans in June. We'll see you then.